Good morning. It's Bruce Phares here with Windermere Real Estate in Seattle. It's the 27th of March, Friday, and we're going to take a look at the numbers and see how things are going with actives and pendings on the MLS. Before we jump in, I do want to encourage you to click the subscribe button over on the right-hand side if you like what you're seeing, and that allows us to get some more street cred with YouTube. All right, let's jump in. We've been taking a look at the different indexes as well. And once again, the Dow decided to beat us up a little bit this morning, and similarly with S&P as well as the NASDAQ. So mortgage rates, we're at now 3.62. We came up from 3.47 yesterday. Let's go and take a look at the stats. That's why we're here in the first place. Let's talk quickly about what the significance is of yesterday. Forgive me. Yesterday was the first shelter in place, and it was the first day that agents could not go into properties. And also a day when agents will be making a decision about whether or not to put a property on the market. So let's just take a look at the new actives. We still had 9 new actives in that area we've been watching, dropping down from 30 and 34. But we have seen that same kind of ebb and flow here. Here's where these numbers would drop down to as low as 6 for Saturday and Sunday. But we have not seen that on a Thursday, I'm going to bet here. Let's take a look. There's 36 on that Thursday, 37 on that Thursday, and 54. That was the year high right there on that Thursday. So things are different for sure on that. And 184 7-day total for a Thursday. Let's go to here, 206. Let's go to here, 214. There's the year high for the year. Yellow means year high. All right, 437 for total. I'll go ahead and pass on that. Pending inspection, interestingly, continues to rise here, and yet the daily drops, but the total numbers pushed up. We'll start seeing those come down, I'm sure, the next couple of days. Pendings dropping as well by 5. This is dropping by, what, 20? And we have roughly a 9-digit drop there, 9 total numbers. 6-day off market. The year high was 2 days ago, 96 and 307 on the 7-day and the totals. And 96 dropped to 89, 307 only dropping to 304. So as I had suspected, I think you're going to see, as a number of suspected, I don't mean to be pompous there, I think a lot of us are expecting to see a tailing or a trailing of pending transactions that go into pending status. We received a couple phone calls yesterday afternoon, even though the market was not open for viewing, asking about putting in offers on a listing that we had taken offers and signed off earlier in the day yesterday. Totals pending, I won't take you through this, and I'll just point out this very quickly because we're going to see this same thing. There's not really any significance anymore of these. We're going to see these ratios rising. So we're really looking at pendings and pending inspections in relationship to actives on a total, and we're looking at the 6-day off markets and their relationship. So 6-day off market, 71% of those that went into pending status in the last week did so in 6 days or less, and 48% of the weekly new actives, the same amount, 48% of that, I should say, went off market in 6 days or less. And then finally, NWMLS Mkt Watch, that's dropping down as well. The new listings are coming down from 121 to 96, whereas the new pendings didn't drop that much. So the ratio is pushing up at 139%. Let's take a look at some I'll call graphics, some statistics here, some graphs. And this unfortunately only goes right to the end of February, so I don't have anything from March here. But our median days on market for March had dropped down to basically 1 week for all areas. And the black is all of Seattle that I track. Purple is Othello down to, I-90 down to Othello, the south end. Orange is basically the central area, central portion. And green is what I call the core of the sun. That's Ballard over to Ravenna. Let's take a look at average percent of list price. Now, here's really some interesting stuff here. At January 2020, we're one of them, the Ballard has 100%, but the other 3 are just in the mid to high 99 point area. And by the time we get to the end of February, we're pushing up into the 101% for Ballard, et cetera. So it'll be really interesting because we've been seeing some real competition going on. That's what this indicates right here. These numbers right here, this 6-day is typically indicating multiple offer markets that are pushing prices upwards. However, median sales price for um, January and then February. I'll look at the Ballard Green here, 750 down to 733. So, and you can see the others are doing that. The Capitol Hill Central area, that's not really super, what's the right word, reliable in terms of data, because it's looking at some properties that are, you know, massively high priced. Whereas the Seattle overall, that's a more, both Ballard and Ravenna and this black Seattle overall are more indicative of the overall market. And the same thing for the South End. There's just so little smaller amount of activity going on down there. Well, let's go to median sales price. I think this is really fascinating to me. We see the drop in price here on the median price we looked at. But if we take a look at, excuse me, here we go. Right here, this is our median price per square foot. And we see just the opposite taking place. So the value per square foot obviously going up in that time period. This last one I had up here, forgive me, this is your 10-year. And I think it's good to have this for perspective, just as there's a lot of noise about the markets dropping off of their high. Well, this absolute high right here is where it's being compared to. And yet, if we think about the last, 4, 5, 6 years, it's pretty amazing what's taken place here. So with that, I'm going to call it quits. Please remember to hit subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And that gives us, as I say, street cred with YouTube. And ultimately, they're going to be giving us our own URL, which will be nice. And with that, I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay well and safe in place. Talk to you soon.